Okay everyone, welcome back to F1 2019 here, the career mode series. We're around Baku. If you don't know where that is Azerbaijan, which is round 4 of the 2019 season. So let's just dive in. I will do practice off camera, so I will go straight to qualifying. There we go, development's completed. Nice there, and weather is clean, dry. So yeah, anyway, nothing too crazy in that thing, but as you can see, my engine, look at that ICE, I've even done 2 upgrades on it, is 52% for just 3 races. It is crazy. MGUH is also 35. It just goes up so much. The turbo's also quite badly worn. Everything just wears so quickly, it's absolutely mental. The gearbox is not too bad. Yes it is, never mind. 53% for 3 races. Oh my goodness. We're going to have to take gearbox penalties, but anyway, I will see you in qualifying. Okay, so here we are then in qualifying. I will always show you in this series my first lap of Q1, just so you can actually see the track if you don't actually play the F1 game or don't follow F1 and you watch the videos. So here we go then. I kind of tap the wall and exit there through turn 2, I think, because we barreled down the second DRS straight. Here, chuck on the brakes into turn 3. Here, just clip the apex. You can avoid it. I don't really know what the best line is through there. You definitely want to avoid it through turn 5, I think that is. No, sorry, turn 4. This is turn 5 here, a little chicane. Quick into turn 6 there. And down a little straight into the skyscrapers of the modern Baku city in the background here. And the brake in through there, nice and solid. Make sure to get a really good run. Now up in the castle sector, this is probably the tightest corner in the F1 calendar. We've absolutely been so aggressive through there. In the race you don't want to be too aggressive, but in qualifying you just want to get the most out of the car and just throw it in there. But obviously make sure you don't crash, because that would put your qualifying over. Very tricky to get your braking zone right through here, because you're braking downhill into a very, very tight left-hander. Similar to this as well, this is slightly downhill. Always seem to go out a little bit wide there. It always feels a little bit understeer of the car. Going through there, we've made an absolute hash of the first of the quick corners here. That actually counts as straight. It's about 2.4 kilometers, I think, this straight. As we always reach really long speeds, high speeds down the straight. We're actually going to run out of ERS down the bottom, so we need to be more careful of that in the future. But anyway, decent lap time. That's the end of the session then, so we are, well, we're not on there actually, so okay, we have made it through. We're in P15. That was really close. I was worried for a second there, but we're in Q2. Here we go, and as we cross the line for our first lap in Q2, and it's a 1:39.8. It's exactly the same lap time. I'll have to improve on that. So I said I had to improve on that other lap time because, well, we're actually P9 at the moment, but we're certainly not going to stay that way, because we set the same lap time in Q1 and we came 15th, so that would be last at the moment. So here we go, and it's been a very, very similar lap to my last lap, but there was a few mistakes in that last lap I know I can definitely improve on. So here we go. We're just barely up at this point. We go a little bit wide there, which is going to lose us a bit of time, as we're nice and solid through turn 4. You get a good run, but we haven't had a good run. We're actually a long way behind, because I have to improve by a good couple of attempts, and at the moment we're not doing that. Here we do get a superb run through the little chicane to put us a 10th up now, and now into the heavy braking zone. We get another really good run. Look at that, we've gained so much time now. Going up through Castle, we've almost hit the wall there. We had to correct it a little bit, but in the end we ended up getting a really, really nice run, and we're actually pretty much, well, we're 2.5 tenths up, which is, I think, probably good enough to get us through at this moment in time. As we chuck on the brakes here, trying to get as much improvement as we can. If we get to 2.5, I reckon we're through. But that's horrible through there. We've got really, really wide. Look at the time we've lost. We have had a decent exit, but we're not going to be gaining too much time here. Go nice and tidy through there. We're 1.5 up when I wanted to be 2.5 up. At the moment we're still 10th, but now we're in 11th, so this lap has to put us, no, we're now down into 12th. This has to be a good lap. Now into 13th. Crossing the line, where are we at? We're 11th. We have not made it out of Q2. It's the first time we have not made it out of Q2 in this series. Understandable, because this is not going to be the strongest track for this car, but look at that. We are out of qualifying here, which means we are going to be able to start our race on fresh tyres. But look at the gap. 13 milliseconds. Very frustrating, but I did say I needed to improve more than I did. Sainz was 15th, but anyway, I will see you in the race.
Good afternoon and welcome to Baku. This was the arena, if you think back to 2017, of one of the most eventful races of modern history, with controversy behind the safety car, last-second overtakes, and a historic podium for Williams and for Lance Stroll. So let's find out what lies in store for us this year. It's time for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Baku City Circuit then, an unpredictable 3.7-mile track around the streets of the Azerbaijan capital. 20 turns for our drivers to navigate today, including the infamous Turn 8, one of the tightest and most challenging corners of the season. And with me as usual is Anthony Davidson. Now, I'd like to discuss Kimi Raikkonen. As ever, the threat of unreliability is never far away, and indeed they'll be starting out of position today due to a power unit component change. So it's going to be a difficult task to move forward from there.
But on the bright side, at least those fresh components can help them maintain the power they need to come through the pack. I expect to see them take a more aggressive approach today to make up for the compromised start.
Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Sebastian Vettel has a clear track ahead of him today. He starts in pole position with Charles Leclerc alongside. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton, Bottas, Sergio Perez and Ricciardo, Stroll, Magnussen, Verstappen and Nico Hülkenberg, Iceman, Albon, Romain Grosjean and Sainz, Gasly, Kvyat, Antonio Giovinazzi and George Russell, Kubica and Kimi Raikkonen finishes off the grid. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
The team are expecting a lot after your podium last race. Concentrate on getting into the points and push on from there.
So here we are then on the grid. So we're probably going to be starting on the mediums because we didn't make it into Q3. Put my standard amount of fuel in. And I don't know what's probably the best strategy. Probably, I don't know, probably about 10 laps I think would probably be best. But yeah, I think we're ready. Let's go. Yes, here we go, and the lights are on here in Baku, and we're underway. Here it's a decent getaway. We would never expected the best getaway because we are on the slower tyres, but we've actually had a very nice getaway. Trying to go around the outside of perhaps two cars here, but we're side by side with Verstappen coming out of exit. We've got past Hülkenberg. Another very good start. Here, so we're going to try and then swoop round. Verstappen's outside, we're still side by side. I think, have we got him now? There we go, we're just about past him and up into P9. We've got up 2 positions in the first 2 quarters. Here, Verstappen's going to want to fight it back though, as we're going to make sure he is not getting that position back. It's been a good start now. Hopefully we can just build on it from there, as Ricciardo is actually battling with Magnussen in front, and we might be able to get involved in this. But I think not yet, because it's pretty much impossible to overtake at this final few sectors here. And now, a lap later, we're right on the back of Ricciardo. He's lost a bit of ground to Magnussen. We do a nice little switchback move on him. Can we try and go around it outside? It's a very, very nice move. And I think that we have got that move just about done, as we actually got very, very late on the brakes. Is that going to help him out? No, we've kind of just completely cut him off there. We've completely screwed him over. Verstappen's got past him, and that's was not very nice from us. Well, that's Jeff just telling us that our engine is massively worn as we nearly plough into the castle wall, but he had it all under control, clearly. But yeah, P8 for now. Now we've got all the way up to lap 10. Everyone's coming to the pits pretty much except for me. Been a very boring race at this point. I've just been driving on my own because I never really did anything in particular. We've got Vettel and Leclerc and the Ferraris right behind us. They're going to be so much quicker because, one, they're in a quicker car, two, they've got fresher tyres. So we're just going to be boxing this lap for 2 reasons. One, this was the lap I was coming in anyway, but also, obviously, we don't really want to get in these guys' way because it could screw them over, but it probably will screw them over, but it will also screw me over. So as Jeff says, we're going to box this lap. We're going on to the hard compounder tyres. This should see us through easily for the rest of the race. I'm not really sure where we're going to come out, but hopefully we've gained some time on the cars behind, but I'm not sure if Vettel's going to go past us down the straight, as we're just going to dive on into the pits.
Go now.
Here we go, exiting the pits now, so we're nowhere near the racing points in front. We're going to come out very near to Hulkenberg, I think. Hulkenberg's actually coming out with Magnussen. There's a lot of cars here, so we're going to come out actually pretty much side by side with Hulkenberg. He's on our outside. He's probably going to get good drive out of there on his medium tyres. We're just not concentrating really, but we are actually gaining on him quite a bit here. We're going to try and dive around the outside of him. Here, we haven't really given him any space. He's smacked into the wall. He's hit us as well. And, well, he's definitely got some front wing damage from hitting into the wall there. As you can see, he's dropping back. We did not give him enough space. That was completely our fault. Luckily, we didn't end up in a wall as well. So we move on now to lap 12. As you can see, we're gradually closing on Magnussen. We have got a few laps fresher tyres than him, so hopefully we can start to gain on him. Which, well, we have gained on him, but hopefully we can start to get within that range where we can start thinking about a pass. Here as we go through the little chicane here. Not my favourite corners for sure. I always seem to go a little bit wide on entry, and if I don't go wide on entry, I always seem to lose the car on the curb. So another painful corner. Coming up to the castle sector. The more aggressive you are in the castle sector, the less likely you are to crash. Pretty much, it's kind of how it works. But you have to still be fairly careful, because if you obviously go a bit too quick, then you're going to hit the outside wall. If you go a bit too slow, you're going to hit the inside wall. Or if you just don't know how to stick to a racing line, then you're also going to hit a wall. But as we're coming through the final, well, it's not the final corner, but it's the final braking zone, and now onto the, I don't know what it is, like 2.4 kilometre straight or something, because it counts this as a straight, even though this isn't really very straight, but you know. Now going down here, we're a long way back from Magnussen, but I reckon with this slipstream and DRS, yeah, we're going to get him here. Look at the speed. This is just overpowered the slipstream and DRS here. It's just, and he's got a much quicker engine than us as well. We've just cruised past him. We probably didn't even need to be an overtake or rich there to get past. We probably could have just chilled in none ERS and probably at least been side by side with him. As we come out of here, we've got a decent gap. We're asking about the car in front, but the car behind is probably more of an issue right now. So he's going to try and fly up or inside. We're going to be late on the brakes. We're going to try and defend this. This time we give them the space, because we know what happens if you don't. They lose the front wing. As then we don't give him the space here. We broke a little bit too late. That was completely my fault again. But he avoided me. But we have got the position, and now we're up into P8 in this race. Now, one lap later, Magnussen's now going to have the overpowered DRS and slipstream down the straight. We're just going to let him go past, as you can see, not really battling him too hard early on the brakes. And hopefully get a good exit, but he's had an excellent exit compared to us. He just flew around our outside. So he's now up into 7th, and we're back down into 8th, because I think someone came into the pits, which dropped us, put us up to 7th. Now we drop back down to 8th. But anyway, we're going to try and go round his outside again. Here again, we give him the space. He bounces off the curb, and then we have to take a little bit of evasive action. I don't know if we touched there or not, but I reckon we might have done. As now coming through the chicane again, we're just too far back, but we'll probably get him down the main straight again, because we're the quicker car, I think. It's just that he's managing to hold on with the DRS and slipstream. Here we go, down the main straight. I don't even know why I'm in rich or high, because I don't need to be. I would have probably overtaken before we even get to the DRS zone, and we don't quite, but there we go, we're past him already. Now we're in lead and none. We're just going to chill down the straight. Jeff's happy, but it was probably the simplest move of my career up to this point, as we're now just going to keep on going, but chances are he's probably going to get us down the other straight. This seems, I reckon this could go on for a few laps. Just, I get past him, and then he then goes and gets us down the main straight, because we're actually quite a long way ahead at this point. Then he just gets the DRS open and just cruises past us. We'll again leave him the space. We actually get really, really good drive out of that corner, but I don't think, no, he's just going to still keep it around the outside. He's going to have the inside line into the next corner. And yep, he's got past us again, so we're going to have to get him down the main straight again. This is going to be a very interesting few laps. Here we go, and then coming out of Castle a little bit later. Now coming down the hill. We are actually quite close to him coming down the hill, but it's certainly not an overtaking corner this, unless you get side by side really, because there's no way you can dive it around the inside, and definitely not the outside. We're actually quite a long way back, but I'm not really worried about this. We should easily be able to get past him, because we were just chilling in none there and we were still quite close to him. Yeah, we've got 11 laps left of this race. We've actually had a mare through there. We've hit the wall. It was all tyre. No, it wasn't front wing, and we didn't get a puncture, so everything's alright. We lost the car completely, but look at this. This is just insane. We're going a good 10 mile an hour quicker than him every time down this main straight. It is insane how quick this car can be made when it gets DRS and slipstream. But anyway, it looks like he's going to get us again down this straight. I don't think there's too much we can do. We haven't had the best run through there either. Trying to go a bit more defensive here, but there's nothing we can do. We might as well just let him go past and then get him down the main straight again. And he does actually lock up, but it's still not close enough. Here we go, down the main straight again. This is round 4 now, I think, maybe 3. I don't know, you guys can count. Yeah, another really, really standard move. Is the same thing going to happen? Well, we're not sure. He's actually had a great run through there here. We're actually going to let him through. We're going to try a new tactic. We're going to let him through, and then hopefully if we can overtake him down this straight. He's got the DRS, but slipstream's still more overpowered, I think, as we're going to be side by side with him through here now. If we can get past him here, I reckon we could just get into P7 and stay in P7. We go late on the brakes. We've nailed it here. Get all on the apex there, which is perfect. Just going to squeeze him out. We've actually got very wide. That was not very good from us, but we have had a good run and we are past Magnussen at last. But is he going to get us down the main straight? I don't think he will, because we're a lot quicker than him on these brand new tyres. And we're up into 7th now. Now up onto lap 21 now. And yeah, it seems okay. We're past him a bit more.
Some information on Albon. They seem to have an issue. Okay, some information on Magnussen. They have some kind of mechanical problem.
That's weird. Both the cars behind me have had engine issues of some description. Easy P7 then. And now onto the final lap of the race. Verstappen's overtaken both the people behind me because they have issues. Charles Leclerc has won the race. That's back to back for him. Very good for Ferrari. It's a 1-2 for them, and Vettel had the fastest lap, which gives you an extra point. So this is basically a perfect weekend for them. Then who is it? Now I think it's both the Mercedes and then the racing point of Perez, I think. No, yeah, and then the racing point of Perez, then the racing point of Stroll, and then it's us, Verstappen. Red Bull have had another really, really bad show. This track is all about power down the straight, really, and that Red Bull car has not got any power with that Honda engine, so we're going to be crossing the line to take a very nice P7 from P11. Strategy worked out well. We drove well. I'm very happy with that. Ahead of both the Red Bulls again. But I don't think the Red Bulls have done well at all this season, to be fair, because we've been beating them lots of races, and Magnussen has as well, so.
Ferrari have really pulled it out of the bag today. It's a great win. Anthony Davidson, how do you think they were able to set themselves apart today?
Well, I know it's a bit of a boring answer, but the truth is they simply had the best speed package on the day, and a driver who knows how to take advantage of that. It doesn't matter how much time you spend poring over the stats and planning strategies if you can't keep the pace, and our winner today showed they could do both.
Here come our winners now. A thrilling race and a tremendous effort by Ferrari. Their history is well known, so it's no surprise to fans the world over to see them come out on top once again. Let's see what effect this result has had On the driver's standings, not the result our points leader wanted, but it certainly makes things interesting going forward. So, Anthony Davidson, who would you rank as your driver of the day?
For me, it's Kimi Raikkonen, someone who definitely doesn't get enough attention for how well he performs out on the track.
Let's move on to the constructors. It was a tough race for our championship leaders who lose ground at the top of the table. Meanwhile, good work from Racing Point this weekend, who pushed themselves further up the order. Well, Ant, an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
Keep it up.
Alright, so it's time to start contract negotiation. This is my current deal, it's pretty crap really. I think I can make it a bit better. So race position, I reckon 8th seems about right. I'll stay with second driver for now because I really don't need to be first driver. It just, yeah, make the team go hard. And then all of this actually does matter. Simultaneous development, you always want level 3. It makes it so much easier to upgrade your car. Pit stops, it's not the biggest thing in the world, but 30% quicker pit stops is quite good. But for now, I don't think we need it at all, because I think this other stuff just for upgrading the car is a lot better. And look at that, we've absolutely nailed it here at the bottom right. Look at that, that is so close. It's pretty much on the money there, which is very, very good. You can see this engine 64% on the ICE, but that's not the point. Carl wants us to go for more power, but I just want to keep on going with the durability. Yeah, I was just checking whereabouts we actually are. We're about the 5th, 6th best car, I think, at the moment. But yeah, we've got to do more gearbox and ICE. The ICE wear is now going to be max, so we can't upgrade it anymore. So hopefully it stops wearing as bad after next week. But anyway, that will be it for today's episode. If you guys have enjoyed this video, please remember to smash the hell out of that like button. Subscribe for more content like this. Next race will be Spain. And yeah, I will see you there.